everyone. My name is Sbulele Manyati and I am currently a grade 12 learner at Inkwezi Secondary School, and this is my journey at Sisot. Oh, you can't see. Okay. I remember my first day at Sisot like it was yesterday. My friends, Tina and Sbulele, are the ones that introduced me to Sisot. And I didn't fully get what Sisot was about. So they then invited me to Sisot to see what it was and just chill, they said. But then, when I got here, I was told I should go to the parents' room for an interview, which I was not ready for. And then just as I came out of the interview, shocked, I found out that I was shifted and I had a shift. I had to serve people. Also shocking. The first thing I learned at Sisot is how to make coffee. Then at some point, I forgot how to froth the milk. And I once ended up warming the milk instead of frothing it. And I promised myself I would never do coffee ever again. Then I ended up running away from any coffee order ever. I also learned other different skills like sewing, jewelry making, beadwork, and I even learned how to knit. My favorite part is when we got to volunteer to different places and learn more skills and just meet new people. I also learned customer service skills, which I think I'm very good at. Teamwork and communication skills. Now, before Sisot, or when I first arrived at Sisot, I was very quiet and shy. And I genuinely lacked communication skills because I couldn't even start a conversation with someone. I don't know. In my Sisot journey, I have really grown and learned to open up and just be confident. My Sisot journey has really helped in shaping me into a better version of myself with many productive moments like the Ryla camp I recently got back to, which taught me leadership skills and just told me that I am a leader in just how I am, and I have it in me and I can do anything I put my mind to. Sisot has also helped me identify my weak spots and helped me find ways to improve them. Another thing that Sisot helped me with is confidence, to be able to speak, to be me, and just be as crazy as I want to be, especially when I'm with my friends. Yeah. Because I never felt like I had to be someone I'm not, or just pretend to be someone. I just always had to be me. Being a part of Sisot is how I got to be part of Hillsong Church, where I decided to dedicate my life to God and get baptized, which is something I never saw coming because I came from a Christian home. But I was always curious about, I feel like I never got the proper foundation, and I was always curious about why are we Christians and everything like that. But then at Hillsong, I got to learn everything I wanted to and decided to dedicate my life to God. And I would like to thank my amazing mentor, Malcolm Freeman, who is very wise, observant, kind, and dare I say funny. Because I have grown on his dad jokes. I think Malcolm is a father figure to all of us because he is there to help us with anything, literally everything, and just wants to see us make it in life. I would like to also thank our Sisot mother, or as I call her, my second mother, Jenny Freeman, who has been a big part of my life and has been there at my worst and at my best. From bringing us snacks at Sisot and just occasionally checking up on me, seeing how I am. She is really one of a kind. Everyone needs a Janine and Malcolm in their life, and I am grateful for having them in my life. I would like to also thank the other Sisot students, which were kind and friendly to me from the first day I came to Sisot, and they got to become my friends and made sure that every time I came to Siswald, I had the best time of my life. Thank you.
Alright.
Questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
You say friends. Besides your actual friends,
Maybe
who are you close to at Seasalt?
many people actually. There's Verushka, there's Melanie, there's Naka, there's James. Yeah, all of you guys.
So you are in grade 12 right now, having your friends. Where do you think you will go from there?
From there, I want to say I don't know, but I also have an idea of what I want to do. Because again, in Siswald, I learned that I actually love being around children and helping them. So I currently, this may change any time, any day, I want to be a children's nurse. And just, yeah.
Okay.
What was your biggest highlight?
Yeah. So,
Question was, what is your biggest highlight?
So my biggest highlight was when we had to volunteer at the Globek International School, and we had to walk there. Fine, had no problem with that. Didn't mind the walking. But then we ended up getting lost, and it was all Smashin's fault. We ended up walking for 3 hours. Even ended up at the beach. Yeah, that was very bad. Any more questions?
What lesson did you learn from that?
I learned that I should like listen more, and if I didn't get what was being said, I should ask, and definitely not trust smashing directions.
Questions?
So who was your biggest inspiration, if I should say, as you saw, like the person who taught you the most stuff, and what it was, except for Malcolm, of course.
Okay, I think, what was the question?
Your biggest inspiration.
Biggest
and what they
inspiration. Okay. Nah. I think I'd say it was. I think I'll say it was Sbulele. Not just because she was my friend before Siswald, but because I actually saw growth in her, and I was like, wait, is this the person I became friends with? But yeah, I saw her grow, and then, like as she said, we got to open up to each other and everything. Yeah.
What was the hardest moment for you?
So I think the hardest moment was when I came to Siswald on my own without these two, and I realized, and I was very quiet that day. But then I then realized that, okay, I'm quiet just because they're not there, so I should get out of my comfort zone and engage with people. Yeah.
Other questions?
We're waiting for
I think as a final thought then for you, Spirit, so much of when you arrived, you were very much Tina and Sbulele's friend. And I think you've taken such ownership of who you are in that journey, and you've really found a lot about who you are as a person. And I think that self-reflection, as you've mentioned now in your hardest moments, I'm so glad you pulled that up as something, because I think that was that was the day where I saw a massive shift in who you were becoming, as opposed to who they were making you. And although it sounds horrible, like who they were making you, it's not a bad thing at all, but I think you found who you could be as your own identity. which is awesome. So it's still influence with them, but I think it's a powerful learning that you took from that. Anyone else? Final question. All right, so that is Sbulele. Well done, Sbu.
Malcolm, how
She
could you?
survived